Say about that. The what I'm gonna say is it's not, you know, it's not that, you know, it's not isolated to the United States. That's the thing, right? It's just the loudest. It's just from where I am, the Americans have a very loud voice, and so the but it's all across the world. It's this mentality is all across the world. It's just we hear it from the Americans right now. We're hearing it from the Americans. This mentality being, this is where we're hearing it, and so there's so that's just what's happening. And I was explaining to some people yesterday not to, don't get too down on a certain about a particular segment of the Americas, because, a particular voice that's being emanated from the Americas, because that voice is coming from other parts of the world as well. And it's not quiet. The stuff that happened to me recently, like that attack that we had on the channel and other things and this and this and that, it's not limited to that particular stereotype that comes from the United States. It's, there are people, and not one or two. These are many, many groups of people who have this kind of, this kind of mentality, this kind of belief, this kind of, it's a mob mentality. It's like, I consider it quite weak. It's like, it's a reflection. It's a real, just as I may say this, and I'll relate it to here and how we do our things, because it's important not to knock everybody all the time. Not to. It's fear. It's fear, right? But fear is causing everybody to move to love. The opposite of love is fear, right? How do I explain this to you guys? And I'm not going to make a little video about this today, although maybe I should. I'll show you guys. So this is fear. Okay, no big deal. Maybe I shouldn't use something that's... Okay, well, this is fear. Now, over here is love, right? The opposite of fear is love. Okay, no big deal. Now, these are just points. Now, here's something else. And we move from fear towards love, right? It's an axis. Okay, you guys ready for this? All right. Fear is just a point. It's just a point on a multi-dimensional map. Now watch this. And I know people are going to have, so here we go. Fear, love. Okay. Now, watch this. Fear isn't going to change. You can go from fear to love. I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Fear, love. Okay. Now, over here, I don't want to use Humpy as hate. I don't want to use anything as hate. I don't have any hate in me at all. We'll say that hate is, okay, we'll use hate here, right? And we lost an I, okay? So hates, let's do this again. Fear, love, right? Fear, love. Now watch this. Fear, hate. The opposite of hate is also fear. You guys got that? The opposite of hate is fear. It's not, it's like this. Are you guys seeing that? The opposite of hate is love, right? This is a spectrum. I know we describe it in linear terms, and people think in terms of a duality, and there is a time and a place for duality, and I'll explain how we use duality to make your voice shine brighter and stronger and pull things out, and we need duality to pull everything out. It's a cosmic law. It's mathematics. However, the opposite of hate is also fear. And this is the point, right? This is a push factor. So from fear, you can go into hate, right? You can go hate someone that you're afraid of. But at the same time, and that's a way. I'm not here to tell you not to do a particular way. I'm just saying that's a way. And from fear, you can also choose another way. And that's love. And removing stumbling blocks on your path, whether you choose the path of love or you choose the path of hate, fear motivates you in either direction that you choose to move. And in both directions we have stumbling blocks, which don't exist. And in both directions you remove the stumbling blocks to get to where you want to get to. And that, so you can either, from a position, now fear's, surrounding fear, the minutia around fear, whatever. Like, let's not put labels on this or reasons why, because everything is an excuse. When you spend enough time as a hypnotherapist, you realize everything is used as an excuse. And so, just like when my sister died, my mom could have used that as an excuse to go become some raging out, self-destructive alcoholic kind of person or drug addict or destroy everyone else. And there are a lot of people, when faced with adversity, they use it as an excuse for extremely bad behavior to themselves and others. But she didn't. Just like when my mom fell in that one race and she was covered in blood and she had stones in her legs, that she got up and she cleaned herself off and she kept running and she won her race. You can use adversity for anything. So let's not label the minutiae surrounding the fear. Let's just say from this point, and it exists everywhere, it's part of, everywhere. You can choose the path of hate. If you're afraid of something, you can hate. If you're afraid of something, you can love. It's your choice. It's your way. I'm not here to tell you which way to choose. I'm here to help you wherever you want to get to. I'll say it a million times. It's the sunny side. It's not the goody. I look like a goody goody to you? Like, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Anyways, that's the action. So that's the action. It's. I don't know if you guys really. I don't know. I know I'm not articulating myself quite as eloquently as I could. However, the opposite of love is not hate. It's fear, and the opposite of hate is not love. It's also fear. Remember, it starts within and it emanates out. And so the frustration, the incongruency comes from within. And as it struggles, this as above, as without, as out, so as in. These frustrations, these incongruencies within, those are the stumbling blocks on your way. And just as there's, stumbling blocks are coming up, these are what you're going to find in love. It comes from within. The fear is here. And you can choose this way, you can choose that way, you can choose the no way, you can do whatever ass donkey thing you want to do. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or where you should go. I'm just saying, the opposite of love is not hate, it's fear. And the opposite of hate is not love, it's fear. Because love is a direction. Hate is a direction. Fear comes within. It's a congruency. Fear is on the inside. Anyways, whatever. Let's get back. Let's do some horoscopes. Enough blah blah. I think you guys get the point. Anyways, I'm just trying to say that we should stop picking on the Americans because they're not the only ones in this kind of situation right now. It's a collective universal consciousness that's being articulated right now. It is a segment of the population. It's just like, you know, it's like, you know, that's just the way it is. And so, but, you know, you can't do anything without the map. And that's what the map looks like. I'll say it once again. The opposite of love is not hate, it's fear. The opposite of hate is not love. The opposite of hate is fear as well. It's because it's a spectrum. You know, it's a spectrum of emotions, many different ways, goes different places, and the it all, you know, it comes down to how we picture ourselves, timeline, like how we picture ourselves in our timeline. Anyways, that's hypnosis stuff. Wow, Michael, that I like that. Fear is the seed of life. It is the seed of life. Actually, I'll tell you guys something. I only have one fear in this entire world, and that's living in a world without SLC. That's the only fear I have in this entire world. And that's it. That's it. I love my girl. I love my girl. And the opposite of that, the only thing that I'm afraid of is a world without my girl. And that's it. That's everything else. Everything else is just fun stuff on the way. It's encounters on the way.